If you have a garden, you probably know the drill. You pull weeds on Saturday, and by Wednesday, they're right back. You water the dirt until it pools, but by the next afternoon, the ground is dry, cracked, and struggling to keep your plants alive. It's exhausting. But the reason your plants are struggling isn't a lack of fertilizer or effort. It is the simple fact that you are leaving the soil completely bare. Think about how nature operates. Walk through any forest and you will almost never see bare dirt. The ground is continuously covered by a layer of fallen leaves, twigs, and organic debris that protects the soil beneath it. We are going to recreate that exact protective layer in your own garden. In the next 5 minutes, you'll learn how to build a living shield that naturally feeds your plants, stops weeds from growing, and locks moisture underground. To build this system, you only need 4 things: a water source, a base layer of compost, dry material like leaves, and a measuring ruler. By gathering these everyday items, you stop fighting against the natural environment and start using its own biology to do the heavy lifting for you. Step 1 happens before any material touches the dirt. Looking at your bare garden bed, the absolute first thing you must do is deeply water the soil. This is where many people make a critical error. They take their mulch and spread it directly over dry earth. Look at this cross-section. Placing a thick, dry layer over dry dirt creates a waterproof roof. Rain bounces right off. But water the soil first and it becomes a one-way vault. Rising evaporation is blocked and pushed right back down to the roots. There is a second timing rule you need to observe. Never apply this system in early spring when the ground is still freezing cold. If you do, you trap that frost in the earth and delay your growing season. Wait until the soil begins to warm. Getting the timing right turns your mulch layer into a permanent hydration vault. Now that the soil is properly hydrated, we apply step 2, the meal. Spread a thin base layer of compost directly onto the moist dirt. This layer provides immediate, digestible food for essential soil organisms. As earthworms feed on the compost, they process nutrients directly into your plant's root zone. Step 3 is adding the blanket. Take your textured dry materials, like straw, dried grass clippings, or dead leaves, and place them evenly over the compost. These 2 layers work closely together. The compost base feeds the soil biology, while the dry top layer insulates that biology, regulating the temperature and slowing down evaporation. This brings us to the ruler. For this system to succeed, you must measure your top blanket layer to ensure it is exactly 5 to 8 centimeters thick. Getting this measurement wrong has mechanical consequences. Too thin, sunlight dries the soil. Too thick, oxygen is suffocated. The 5 to 8 centimeter sweet spot allows breathing while physically blocking sunlight, which starves germinating weed seeds before they can ever grow. By combining 2 different textures at one specific depth, you carefully recreate the ancient mechanics of a forest floor in your own backyard. If you have large, established crops with bare space between them, there is an optional 4th step you can take. It's called living mulch. Instead of laying down dead straw or dry leaves as your blanket layer, you scatter the seeds of low-growing cover crops like clover. This animation illustrates why these specific plants are incredibly valuable. The clover pulls nitrogen directly from the atmosphere, processes it, and pumps it down through its roots into the surrounding dirt. Dead mulch slowly decays over time. Living mulch actively manufactures fresh nutrients and feeds them to your main crops every single day. Adding these living ground covers turns your garden bed into a self-sustaining biological engine that improves its own soil quality month after month. Look at the physical results of this process. What started as dry as cracked dirt exposed to the elements is now a dark, insulated, heavily layered ecosystem. With the sunlight blocked and the moisture locked underground, you trade hours of back-breaking weeding and watering for just a few minutes of casual maintenance. To verify the system is working, wait a few days and dig your fingers beneath the top layers. You will feel cool, moist soil, proving that your hydration vault is fully operational. The healthiest, most productive soil cannot be forced into submission with chemicals. It is supported through intelligent biological design. Building a living shield below the ground guarantees explosive, resilient life above it.